Sending data. Okay, I'm streaming on Kick and YouTube now, I believe.
Maybe. I don't know if I follow you on Kick, so I couldn't tell you. I know I follow Sabrina.
Okay, let's close out of that. Yes, I'm streaming on Kick now. What about YouTube? Yes, I am streaming on YouTube now. So I can minimize that. I can go over to the craft. Oh shit, I guess I was playing on the server.
Yeah. Yeah, you were AFK the whole fucking time, too. Also, did you like the new skin that I... fucking demon girl skin, dude.
Oh wait, what the heck? What was that sound?
The wow sound?
No, the boop boop boop. Boop boop boop.
The fuck?
Yeah, that's why
So
I was like, what?
Noises. So many weird noises.
It's kind of what it's like, huh?
I forgot to make an axe. The entire reason I went in that house was to make it. God damn it, it's back!
Oh no. Oh no!
It just haunts my memories. It will always be there. It's like my dad leaving me.
I feel that. Was it on YouTube by chance?
On a home. Yo, Club, do you remember? Yeah, of course I remember you, man. I've been seeing you online lately. Nah, I'll let him mind his own business thing. How have you been, homie?
Alrighty. Yeah, I don't even know what the heck that sound was about.
Oh, wait. He's muted in the chat. Hang on, I'll have to put it in.
He's muted?
Yeah.
Why?
Because some people just put on stream so they have something in the background, just gameplay.
Oh. I thought you meant he's like chat muted.
No.
That's why I said, why?
Oh no, he's not muted. It was just there.
Okay, I have no clue which. Oh, hey, I killed a zombie villager.
That's good that you've been doing good. I've been trying to get. It's just right now. My mouse is like the main. My mouse and energy are the biggest roadblocks. Because you'll probably see if you in a little bit, my mouse will start fucking like randomly just lagging and shit.
I'm being jumped.
I don't know how to put it there. But thankfully, I get paid tomorrow from the job, so I'm gonna go up another mouse, and this time, and this time not make the jokes on Valorant of throwing it at a wall.
It's not jokes anymore.
No, because like I straight up with that old mouse that I had, that I would always throw at the wall and shit. When I opened it up to see what was wrong, nothing was broken at all.
That thing better have stuck in the wall at least once.
Because that one is officially burnt, and I kept hitting it. Because it was just right there, and I took it. It was just burnt on the new one. So I just chucked it across the room. Grab it.
Del,
What?
what's your coordinates?
My coordinates at home.
Yeah.
Negative 234, Y65.
Negative 234?
Yeah. Do you need me to TP you?
I'm like a full ass fucking 200. I'm 200 blocks away.
Do you want me to TP you?
Wait, no, I'm 400 blocks away.
Hang on, let me write down the coordinates. I almost got copyrighted because I was watching fucking guy in the bathroom. But how's the job? It's been going pretty good. It's decent pay for what it is, really. So I've been loving it. It's just temporary because we might be moving to Oregon here soon.
No. You're doxing yourself.
Do you know how big Oregon is, Phoenix?
Don't
I
matter.
don't think anyone's finding my ass.
They find your ass. Fuck!
I get swatted.
Del, you're pretty hard to miss.
Yeah, I'm a pretty big guy.
You a big fella.
That's about to find Joe Addy. Dachshund time. It's funny. You probably could. Back in the day of like Siege and everything, when I used to play that a shit ton, I used to literally just, when people were talking shit and be like, "What's Joe Addy?" I'd literally just fucking give it to them. It's like, pull up, pull up.
Pull up! You ain't gonna do shit! They do something.
Not even that. It's just for the memes.
Oh yeah, didn't you say you needed clay?
Yeah, that can wait though. We're near water source.
I already found clay, so that's why I was asking.
Grab something while I'm inputting. 235, 65, and negative 139. You're actually decently close, except for the. Alright, let me know when you're ready for me to click for teleport.
No, I'm good. You don't have to teleport.
Sucks.
Oh, you fuck. Fucking beating you with the shovel.
Why? How am I losing this? I'm on 2 hearts. Don't take my shit.
I was beating your ass with a shovel. I was like, fuck you think this is? Seriously?
My sister
Oh,
was
you
trying
fuck.
to argue with my mom, saying that the phone bill is in her name when my sister is under 18 and doesn't pay her own phone bill.
Lamau? Or should I say Wamau? So, you wanna fight?
No. No.
I was slapping your ass around with a fucking spoon.
I teleported him and bro became Omni-Man.
I was like, fuck this boy.
I think you're allowed to stream.
Delbert, do me a favor.
I don't know if that's true, but I'll have to see.
Extend this further. Extend the front door further. Like the front porch. Extend it further. Extendo man.
How far do you want me to extend it?
Just one block.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're gonna put like a slab porch there?
No.
What are you doing?
Pressure plate.
Then mobs
Pressure-
can get in, Phoenix.
And your point?
I don't want a creeper in my house, boy.
I got an iron sword.
Yeah, because look, now it's just... And it closes it automatically. It's a lot better when you just have one there.
That's it, you fucking woman.
No, no, no. Why would you do this? Why would you do this? Why do you want them? Why do you want the mobs in here?
Cause it's our house to share. Amanda, stop speaking. You're a woman. Your rights are invalidated.
Stop, no, Phoenix.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, I
I'm
forgot.
getting my account banned.
I forgot I'm not allowed to say that.
Jesus.
For legal reasons and bannable reasons, that was a complete joke. I know their family like the back of my hand. And the front of it.
I was gonna fucking say, I knew it was fucking coming. They're just two floating leaves. They have no source block. Why are they just floating? One of these tools will work eventually. You've seen one of those tools work too, is leather.
They call me Waterman.
Call me waterboarder.
They call me Waterboard.
Never mind, I can't Can't say
I
that.
know exactly what you were thinking about, bro.
No, you don't. No, you don't. He's lying. Misinformation. Instagram flag it.
They call me Misinformation Man for a reason.
Yeah, that's how you make bricks. I'm gonna go make 3
It's how I make bread, bro. It's how I make my bread. Oh yeah, Dell.
No.
I got a stack and a half of clay right now.
Nice. I got a stack and a half of your mom!
This is misinformation? Cancel them? Ban them?
Don't ban me. Don't take away my one joy.
His legal name is Captain Misinformation.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, after my screen. Getting a set of rock.
I wonder how much clay he wants.
So he's just gonna run back. Oh, you're gonna die.
Dell, how much clay do you want?
What the fuck?
How much clay do you want?
Huh?
How much clay do you want?
All of it. The more bricks, the better.
Shit, I'm bricked up right now.
Wait a minute.
No, wait a minute. Wait, no, wait! No. Wait.
I can't even read chat.
Twitch can't what you talk about? Twitch can't ban me.
Don't say that.
Can't ban the ones that can't have. Oh, it's raining.
I have a very on-off.
I repeat, it is very much raining right now.
IRL?
In game. Typical homie interrogation. Damn, bro, you kind of fit.
I'm trying to make a sandwich and it's fucking with my headset. Why does every string just turn into me making a whole ass meal?
Cause you get hungry as fuck.
Yeah.
I swear, every stream... I swear, it's like when you stream, you actually get hungry.
Yeah, but when I'm off stream,
You just refuse to eat when you're off stream, and then when you're streaming, you're like, now that's a different question.
I'm kind of hungry.
Oh no, I'm suffocating. Oh no, he called my bluff.
Oh no, she's getting the syrup.
No, not the syrup. I swear, I'm sorry. Average Canadian girlfriend. No, not the syrup.
Please, you have a drinking problem.
I swear. I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you.
It's not a drinking problem.
It's a drinking solution.
Drinking solution.
fucking knew you were gonna say that. So fucking predictable. It's not a drinking problem, it's a drinking solution. Now get it right.
I made a bologna sandwich.
Or this right about to get you.
It'll last like 6 hours.
I don't think I can actually say that.
What?
I said it's a drinking solution. Get it right or this right about to get you.
I'm joking.
Dylan just seen his career flash by his eyes. It's not a drinking solution. Is that really what she said? But yeah, Del, I got you a present. Now get over to me.
Let me get over there. I'm at the house.
I know.
Alright. What the fuck? Jesus fuck.
Hey, you asked for some, so I gave you some.
Yeah, he's got a point. Just tell me you brought coal, because I don't think we got enough to self-save. I just took all the iron, didn't even put it in the chest.
This my This my shinobi. Do you want me to go get you? Do you want me to go get some lava?
What?
Some lava. Do you want me to go get some?
That'd be probably a good idea.
Pardon?
We do have that would probably be a good idea because we do have a lot to smell.
All right, I'll go get some.
How many buckets do you have?
Pardon?
How many buckets do you have?
I have 3.
Oh.
I'm making a hole in the side of this mountain where the mine is gonna be.
Yeah, bologna sandwich is just
What the fuck?
what?
That sound again. It happened.
So many just unexplainable sounds in one day.
Oh, it happened again. I'm actively confused.
It's so weird.
So like something. No. Huh. I really don't know what it is.
Oh, get it in a moment. Thank you.
Del, can you do me a favor?
Don't hit it. It will. I hit that thing and I damn near choked to death on it. Fucking took like 2 hits and
just ceased breathing.
it's just burnt. It's completely dead. There's no juice remaining. Yeah. So hitting it is just a death wish.
Delbert,
What's up?
what's it called? When I'm gone,
We're good.
just come over to, just come with me really quick.
chest.
Alright.
Why can't I place a chest here, Phoenix?
It's because you can't place them side by side, remember? It's freaking 8.9.
Oh yeah. Well, now we have a whole wall of chests.
Yeah, but you can place them on top of each other, remember?
It's a good boss.
Delbert.
Alright, where are we going?
Okay, follow me. When I'm gone, if you can smelt down some blocks into stone and try to make this area look good while I'm mining down there.
Oh, bet. I can even do andesite, because I have a ton of that.
Whichever block you choose, I don't really mind, as long as it looks pretty at the end, I guess. I'm probably gonna grab a bunch of sticks before I go down.
Just to, like, craft, like, tools and shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a bunch of sticks.
This is just a nice break from the normal server. It's like normal Minecraft rule. I think I broke into the mine.
Yeah, you did. Oh, fuck, I forgot to grab the torches. Oh well.
Just mix.
I can just make some anyways. It doesn't really matter.
The horse armor looks like a backpack mod pack.
Huh.
Where the fuck did you get TNT? What were you planning?
Nothing. I told you, I found a fucking, what's it called? Desert
Oh, yeah,
temple.
the temples. Yeah.
That's the only way to make them safe when dropping down into them. Take the TNT out.
I
I've been...
really fucking see those on modern Minecraft.
I don't like modded Minecraft as much as
No,
regular Minecraft. And modern Minecraft, yeah, I have to agree with that. Don't really see much of the frickin' randomly generated structures compared to when you
I'm
used to.
sadly going to end.
Oh, you got end stream?
Yeah, I'm ending stream. I'm still gonna play.
Oh, okay.
I just sadly I have to end it because it's gonna get boring. I'm just gonna sit.
That's fair.
Yeah. I don't want them to. I don't want people to sit there and just watching me just stare at a wall. Hell, I'm gonna take it to the next level. I'm gonna pull up YouTube while it does it.
That's what I would have done.
Yeah.
Just stream Minecraft, but have a YouTube video playing in the background. Actually, that's what I am gonna do. Oh, I'm doing pretty good. How are you? Um, let's do a thing. Let's not do this. Let's turn this, turn down YouTube anyways. Um, uh, Let's listen to Mystery Archives, one of their videos, the untold story of the demonic Smurl home.
After a flood destroys their home, locate to a new home, which they believe is going to be a
And then let's
However, it turns out
turn
to be
on
a
YouTube.
instead. From demonic attacks, nightmarish visuals, and terrifying manifestations. This is one haunting story you don't want to miss. This is the untold story of the Smurl haunting in Pennsylvania, and the monstrous
Full screen that.
stalked its walls.
There we go.
Are you ready to dive into a world of darkness and horror? Introducing the ultimate coloring book for those who dare to go beyond the realm of ordinary. This is not your average coloring book. Each page of this dark fantasy horror coloring book is a gateway to a sinister and chilling universe filled with terror. Every striking than the dark events is rough.
I don't really care for stuff like that.
The timeline of events is rough at best, but I have done my best to make the most coherent retelling of the story. So please, keep that in mind.
Thank you, my kind sir. I appreciate it.
Raging floods as a result of Hurricane Agnes have destroyed the homes of many families.
R.I.P. to homies.
One such family was the Smurls. The Smurl family consisted of Janet and Jack Smurl and their 4 young children, Heather, Shannon, Karen, and Dawn. With their home destroyed in the Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania area.
Actually, how deep am I right now?
As if they had been uprooted
F3.
and tossed about like the Russian
I am negative 79. Isn't it negative 80 where you start finding diamonds?
temporarily relocate to West Pittston.
It's Y level
Jack's
12.
parents currently
Y level
lived.
12?
After explaining
from
the
right.
situation and staying with the couple for a short time, they were surprised and
Are you
ultimately blessed
sure?
when Jack's parents
Oh.
Oh, yeah, I see it now. I'm just being
found
stupid.
a duplex.
No, I was reading the X value. I mean, not the X, the fucking Z value.
One side, Jack, Janet, and the kids on the other. That way, they could look out for one another and, of course, spend more time together. Not in a position to or wanting to say no, Jack and Janet humbly accepted their offer. But all too soon, they'd be confronted with the question.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fly a can of Ribble.
With Jack's parents paying for them all to move into the new house, they soon find themselves at home and living in the newly purchased duplex. Located on Chase Street there in West Pittston,
Is there any other blocks you want me to get you, Del?
the neighborhood seemed friendly
No.
and inviting.
Alright.
A place to raise a family. The family collectively puts their efforts into repainting, retooling, and other repairs. But in no time, the slightly run-down home was feeling fresh, vibrant, and modern, making the Smurls feel ever more at home.
Any diamonds, man?
and
Huh?
Any diamonds?
However,
I've found 3, but they're from a desert temple.
Are you playing by yourself?
No, I'm playing with my buddy Dilbert. We're also streaming on Twitch.
Oh,
Well, I'm not Twitch, YouTube and Kick. Because
okay.
Twitch doesn't allow multi-streaming.
Damn.
Something
Okay.
that perhaps had been slumbering there for quite some time. During this time, small episodes of strangeness began to manifest.
That was my cousin Ryan.
Benign at first, tools began to disappear, only to reappear hours later in different spots.
Out of all the kids, Ryan is the second oldest.
Began to seep through the fresh
Dill.
paint, and several appliances.
I'm the oldest out of all of us, and then it goes Ryan, then Josh, then Kaya, then Izzy, and then
How many fucking siblings do you have?
I don't know. They're not siblings. I said cousin.
Like an omnipresent
Oh.
floating cloud of rotting.
Like out of all the kids between from the White family, it's literally the last name, so you can't get mad at me.
Despite these weird events, the family didn't really think much of
So from
it. Thankful to have a roof over their
like okay, so
Jack and Janet continued to
like in between my brothers, like in between like our family,
since gotten a
it goes me, Ryan, Kaya, Josh, Mason, Sophia, Izzy, my little sister. Wait, no, it goes so after Sophia, it goes Hudson, Izzy. Wait, no, not is it? No, not Izzy. Isla. So it okay. Now I'm gonna redo it again because I fucked up the first time. It goes myself, then Ryan, then Kaya, then wait, no, it goes myself, Raya, Josh, Kaya. Then it goes it goes myself, Ryan, Josh, Kaya, Mason, Sophia, Isabel, then Isla. Wait, no, it goes. Fuck me. God damn it, I messed up again. So it goes me, Ryan, Josh, Kaya, Sophia, Mason. Then it goes after. Wait, no, it goes Mason, Sophia. Fuck sakes. So myself, Ryan, myself, Raya, Josh, Kaya, Mason, Sophia, Hudson, Isla, then it's Izzy, then Emma, which is my little sister. Oh yeah, did I even tell you my little sister's name?
Yeah, it's my ex-fiance's name.
Is it? Oh, it's thundering outside. Wait, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Soon began to experience the presence as well. She would often be woken up at the dead of night, frozen with fear and unable to move. She would see translucent.
I'm going to drop some shit.
Alright, I've eaten my meal. Maybe
Exclusive to
might
the night
make like
hour,
catfish.
the activity seemed to pick up at night. Often, when Jack was at work or gone, Janet began to have
There we go.
and sickening encounters
They're
with
still
beings she couldn't see.
So back to you,
Began to be molested by an unseen force.
What?
These interactions left her hysterical, feeling violence. These interactions left her molested by an
Oh, what the fuck?
and unclean.
Man, it's.
Trying to
I'm getting a violation. God damn it.
the family's luck continued to worsen. Additional appliances, including a TV
Fuck's
set,
sakes.
went up in flames, causing smoke and fire damage to the home on several occasions. And unlike the TV, the other appliances were not plugged in order for the family to save money, which makes it all the more mysterious. On top of this, several water pipes, which are fairly new after the family had initially renovated the home, began to leak.
Yeah, no, streamers
Not
get
only
treated
causing water damage to
unfair
the
compared to
house,
others.
but adding to their financial
What was that?
as well.
I said streamers get
Bad
treated.
luck would continue for this one.
Your mic just cut out.
By 1977,
I said streamers get treated completely unfairly.
became much more
No, like, okay, so the reason why I said I'm getting a violation is because this motherfucker said the M word.
No, no.
The M word. Like, the M.
was trying to sleep.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The sinks in their bathroom
The Mo.
About, like,
The Mo word.
streamers- Yes.
what little money
I'm talking about streamers like getting banned for absolute.
Oh, yeah. And, like, how was I supposed to know that word was even in this fucking video?
the sounds of footsteps began to be heard all throughout the house.
Fuck, man.
Even on the insides of the walls. Drawers began to open and close.
If you
by
see any
themselves.
obsidian, actually you don't have a diamond.
And coupled
Do you?
with these
I-
happenings,
I don't have a diamond pick, but I can make one actually.
what the
Alright, 'cause
family
we're
would
gonna
begin
need
to
obsidian.
describe as the dead smell.
to go
Yeah,
together.
if I find some more diamonds, I will craft one. I just want to wait a little bit before crafting one.
Let me see how this looks from the house, because I feel like I should have.
And would linger for minutes.
Eh, it just looks like a tower.
Sometimes even hours. Up until this point, besides seeing things being moved,
I need a, oh yeah, that reminds me. We should start looking for. We should start. Can you actually build a mob farm?
Yeah, I will.
Because I actually have kind of an idea for what I want to do with the mob farm. Because I wanna start getting like potions and shit like that.
I feel like a witch farm is harder though.
I don't really know how to make a witch farm, to be honest.
You are.
Janet, shortly after moving into the house, had become pregnant, and this time had given birth to 2 baby girls, expanding the Smurl family.
Oh, whoops.
6 children. Shortly after the twins were brought home, it seemed like whatever presence had been woken up was making itself known. It became more aggressive, more vindictive.
I don't like how he's saying that.
Or hated the living. One morning, while the majority of the children were at school and napping, and the rest of the adults were out, Janet was headed to the kitchen to pour herself a freshly brewed cup of coffee. As she turned around the corner, her blood ran cold. Standing in the middle of the kitchen, with a stain seeming to materialize directly, it was a translucent figure with hollow eyes, frozen in place upon seeing.
Plus, we could also start a wither skeleton.
Yeah.
Was gone. Was this what was responsible for the multitude of paranormal happenings within their house? As time progressed, Janet again would continue to hear her name being called out, but no one else was there.
I'm gonna finish my video and then I'll look up mob farms for 1.8.
Strangely, as it was before in the beginning,
Alright.
voices would often sound like her mother-in-law, Mary. And even after double or triple checking sometimes to make sure she wasn't losing her mind, Mary would be nowhere to be found. Janet truly was alone. Other strange things that were heard during this time would be...
I'm also getting a bunch of gold. Oh, hey, I found diamonds.
Couples do argue, and some fight. That just tends to happen to most, unfortunately. But these fights were something else. Jack's parents began to hear yelling and screaming. Sometimes even items...
What?
coming from the other side.
Hey, what did I tell you?
Yeah, I know.
I'm not even fucking done and I'm back here.
Yeah, fine, I'll get on it right now. Just wait
I'm
up.
gonna cut the internet.
I'm going to go do it right now.
Okay, bye.
Fuck, get off my ass.
He walked from their front door to the other side. With the fight still raging, he threw the door open, only to be greeted with silence. The entire family was asleep. Not knowing what to make of this discovery, he simply left, bewildered. But the supposed audio of the fights would continue. Shortly after the bizarre discovery, Mary would experience something that almost gave her a heart attack. One evening, while her husband was still at work and she was alone on the other side of the duplex, she began to hear her name being whispered, and it sounded like Janet. It was right within earshot, or several feet of where she had been. Weirded out as most of us would be, she began to make her way towards the voice that was calling out to her. And that's when she saw it. Standing in her living room, with a stain seeping underneath its feet, was the same translucent being that Janet had claimed she had seen just a short while ago. Terrifying, its mouth was mimicking Janet's voice and calling out her name. Frozen in terror at first, with her heart racing, Mary ran to the door, exited, and immediately went into Jack and Janet's door, absolutely petrified with fear. The talks that followed this event in particular is what led to most of the individual experiences being laid out in the open, for everyone to know. They would all come to the realization that whatever force that was in their house was not friendly. Shannon Smurl, who was only 7 years old during this time, would be the next target. One day, as she casually walked through the kitchen and into the dining room, a large glass cutting her, and raising the alarm bells for the entire house. Again, it seemed like the paranormal being or force hated life, and now was possibly trying to end it if the opportunity presented itself. Scared but strapped for cash, they were all seemingly stuck in what was supposed to be their fresh start, but instead at this point was becoming their fresh hell. Shannon would continue to experience strangeness of her own as well. In her diary, and later, she would recount that oftentimes she would wake up and find herself floating above her bed, literally levitating several feet above her bed. Some nights, while floating, she would suddenly be thrown across the room and into a wall with so much force she thought she would be crushed. The climax of these attacks on Shannon happened one night when she woke up to find herself floating once again. But instead of being let back down or smacked into a nearby wall, her door was flung open and she was thrown out of her room and down the stairs. Her parents heard this happen and rushed towards the screams of their little girl to find her absolutely hysterical and in pain. Fortunately, however, she would be okay physically after this event in particular. Another unfortunate soul that would be targeted in the Smurl duplex was the family's German Shepherd, Simon. Simon would be found floating in the air, confused and concerned. And this new development and activity was not just exclusive to Shannon or their beloved dog. Alongside the intensified attacks on Janet, she too would begin finding herself woken up in the middle of the night, floating in the air, and sometimes, horrifically, without control of her body. She would then also be assaulted. However, Jack wasn't always gone at this time. Frequently at this point, he would be home and sleeping beside her, but could never seem to wake up as if he was being kept asleep or in a state of paralysis by the events that took place. Coupled along these intense and abhorrent manifestations came activity that was plain creepy. Not a day would go by without the family hearing scratching noises coming from within the walls, or deep, drawn-out breaths coming from behind them, feeling the exhale upon their necks, making the hairs on their entire body stand on end. Jack at times, after a hard day's work, would like to unwind and decompress by watching some TV in the living room. On occasion, he would fall asleep to whatever was on, before eventually waking back up and making his way to bed. However, this night, he found himself awake, coherent, but unable to move, as if he was paralyzed or stuck in some kind of a glue trap, like an insect. Unable to break free, he glanced around the room trying to discover the source of his distress. It was here that he was met face to face with this being, this demon that seemed to be plaguing their lives. The creature grabbed him from the back and slammed him onto the floor, began repeatedly bashing his head into the hard wood below, and then disappeared. After this, Jack didn't watch TV to unwind.
Hey, I'm back.
As a matter of fact,
I got called upstairs to do dishes.
whatever was taking place in the house. Unable to afford to move between all the adults, and seemingly stuck between a rock and a hard place, scared and unable to figure out what to do, they began to seek help wherever they thought. It was now winter, and the family, besides their daily duties, spent most of their time indoors. While watching TV one afternoon, they saw an interview with Ed and Lorraine Warren, world-renowned paranormal experts and demonologists. Not being particularly religious and unsure of where to turn,
I don't know why, but I have the sudden urge to play Demonologist.
and were surprised when they made contact. After speaking with them for some time, the Warrens agreed to come to their house to meet in person with the Smurls and to investigate. And within a week, that's exactly initial meeting with the family, hearing their testimonies in person, and after exploring the home, the Warrens decide it seems genuine and it's worth investigating. They begin their usual process of bringing in their team for an extended period of time.
I'm gonna keep it a stack.
And
Fucking people that base their careers around fucking ghost shit and stuff like that, it's so fucking, like, they're so weird, but at the exact same time, there's no proof against it.
Yeah.
It's just that, like, it's always the way they dress. Like, it's the only career where they fucking look weird when fucking doing their job. That's not even trying to insult them. Like, pardon?
I said McDonald's employees.
Listen, McDonald's employees, they're like, it's mandatory to wear that shit, bro.
Exactly. Just fight
It's not even my fucking choice.
Just fight back, bro.
Demon not only was strong in keeping the other three spirits under its heel of control, but would use them to strengthen itself and wreak havoc upon the family. Their discord, anxiety, and fear, all things to which it could feed on, and continue to grow stronger. After reaching this conclusion, and having gathered sufficient information, the Warrens spoke to Father McKenna, who was a Vatican-sanctioned exorcist and had worked with him over 50 times in separate cases in the past. He was no stranger to the demonic, but after his arrival and attempted exorcism, the activity increased.
Oh no. Oh no. This is back.
For whatever reason, it was not tied to the home.
It's just the bane of my...
Families themselves. Jack began to experience horrific visions of the creature at work, as did his father. And alongside the continued paranormal activity taking place at their home, their daughter Karen fell seriously ill with a fever that the doctors couldn't diagnose at the time. And all
Holy
this
someone
time,
else.
several of the other girls were also visited
I
by
love
the
when
same
this happens.
presence at night.
It's just perfect.
As Janet also was, and continued to be. The demon also began to physically attack the family more often, causing stinging scratches and cuts on their bodies at random times, as well as deep and bruising bite marks. Still trying to help the family rid themselves of this creature, and fearing for the family's form, the Warrens convinced themselves to allow a second exorcism to take place. And McKenna again would visit and conduct a second exorcism months later in the early spring. This exorcism ritual, EVPs were recorded, which when played back after the fact, would reveal multiple entities laughing at and berating them for their efforts. Ed Warren would also be choked during this visit and would be incapacitated for multiple days after. Unfortunately, the second exorcism also failed, leading to even more violent manifestations of evil. Trying to get away from it all for even just a few days, the family went on a camping trip to the Pocono Mountains. The demon would follow them
I might head back up to the surface and grab some TNT to do some TNT mining.
for no rest,
The...
no decompression, no peace. Upon returning to their home following this trip, and getting even more desperate, they decided to reach out to a local TV show called People Are Talking to see if anyone could possibly help them. They did, however, remain anonymous during their interview. This call for help, however, went unanswered, but the demon seemed to retaliate against them for it. Janet would once again be hurled against a wall, and Jack would experience something truly terrifying and new. As he woke up in the early morning to get ready for work before the sun had come up, a light rain tapped the glass of the windows outside. As he dressed himself and began to gather his things for his workday departure, he came down the stairs and was greeted
walk
Standing in
south.
front of the door was a monstrous
Schizo.
being whose head almost touched the ceiling. It resembled a horrible amalgamation of a man.
Do you want me to make a diamond pickaxe right now or later?
Well, we don't really.
No, for like obsidian and shit. That's
Yeah, maybe make one now because we could start like actually just manually.
alright.
Why won't my mouse start up again?
This manifestation just
Starting to piss me off.
rattled Jack to his core. The same morning, shortly after Jack had left for work, because although
I just heard
terrified,
a rabbit
he still had to provide for his
commit not
They
alive.
never wanted to have a chance of escaping
You can't say that.
of a home. Janet was
No, I can
woken
say
up
that.
a short while later.
I'm streaming still.
Hand reaching up through her mattress
They won't know because as long as you don't say the
and pulling her towards it
venue.
and choking her.
Shit.
After
Goddamn.
minutes,
Exploits.
snarling noises like that of a pig could be heard coming from inside the walls. The time was now August of
Oh, I found more diamonds. Sweet.
and the Smurls felt that the risk of ridicule did not outweigh the need for their story to reach a wider audience, so that somehow, somewhere, someone could possibly help them be freed from this torment. They would soon be granted an interview with the Wilkes-Barre Sunday newspaper, but instead of someone reading and immediately coming to their aid, their home quickly became a tourist attraction instead. Press, skeptics, and curious onlookers alike began to visit the house and camp outside of it at all hours of the day and night, with some particularly weird people even coming up and staring into the home's windows themselves. Some of their neighbors who had seen
Oh, fuck.
things coming from the small residence began to turn on them. They believed that the family was concocting some kind of a story to try and make money. Eventually, however, despite the torment inside and outside of the home now that they were experiencing, the Smurls would be contacted by a woman by the name of Mary Alice Ringo, who offered to meet them. Upon meeting the family and walking through the home, it was also Mary's conviction that there were 4 entities within the house, 3 human spirits, and 1 who had never been human, thus corroborating the Warrens' beliefs about the situation as well. She would, however, take things a bit further. She identified the old woman by the name of Abigail, the murderous man as Patrick, and the violent and ill-tempered spirit as Patrick's wife. And the 4th entity, of course, could not be identified.
Why isn't my mouse responding at all now?
Powerful demon. Press coverage, despite the ridicule and the positive acquaintance of Mary, also had pushed the Scranton Catholic Diocese into action as well. They offered to take over the investigation. In the meantime, the Warrens had not given up on the family, but rather had reached out to several more priests and had arranged for a mass exorcism to be conducted, with 4 priests taking part, as well as multiple prayer groups. Alongside this, now Bishop McKenna came in for a 3rd and final time and conducted an exorcism on the house for the family. Fortunately, the ritual, at least for a time, seemed to work, because following it, there were no disturbances for about 3 months. But as winter set in that year, just before Christmas of 1986, Jack would again see the creature that had tormented him for all of those years. This time, however, it beckoned him to allow it to take over. But clutching a rosary in his pocket that had been gifted to him
Oh my
by the
God.
church, he prayed his
What the
hardest
fuck is wrong with my mouse?
Thankfully, this time,
I don't know.
vanished, never to be seen again. However, the putrid smells and violent manifestations would return and continue day in and day out. Frustrated, hopeless, and exhausted, the Smurls by this point had finally saved enough to be able to leave this dreaded duplex on Chase Street. Decided they needed the closest thing to a fresh start as they could get. So when they finally did move, they moved to a completely new town, one where the ridicule would not find them. But like the terrible pattern shown before, the demon did not seem to be tied to the property, but rather the family. The activity started back up almost as soon as they had moved in and laid their heads to rest in their new home. It would take some time, but in 1988, the church finally sanctioned a fourth exorcism, but this time at their new residence. And this finally seems to have given the family peace. A few things I would like to mention, however, are these. From my own personal experience and many other stories I've researched, it seems like renovation, particularly on older homes, can wake up dormant spirits or hauntings. Perhaps this is what happened to the Smurls. It's hard to tell if the assaults were one or multiple demonic entities, but if they did truly exist, how did they get in the home to begin with? And my guess is that the collection of negative energy attracts them, like moths
maybe.
to a flame. Perhaps they enjoy or feed off of human suffering. This would only make sense to me considering that they hate humans.
Oh, hey, Wendigo.
Hello, everybody. Today we.
Fucking hell, we said it 7 times now, Phoenix.
What? Oh, your
My mouse.
mouse.
Yeah, and it still isn't working.
The man who sold his soul.
For as long as language and stories have existed, the concept of good versus evil has rooted itself in our beliefs. And while most followers of these beliefs would say that there is a definitive, correct option for one to follow in life, the very existence of a good path to follow implies that there is a bad path as well. And perhaps there is no bad path as feared and dreaded as the infamous deal with the devil. And perhaps no deal with the devil has ever been as important to our understanding of cultures and history, or as interesting to those of us who love a good American horror story as the famous tale of Robert Johnson. Hello, everybody. Today we are going to be talking about the legend of Robert Johnson, the deal with the devil that started it. Now, if a lot of you all are weird like me, and enjoy creepy stories about American folklore, the Robert Johnson story
Oh! Fucking zombies, man.
stories in all of not only American music, but in American culture. But one of the most fascinating aspects of Johnson's story, to me at least, is how it kind of serves as the final destination of a lot of these culminating ideas within the realm of the spiritual and supernatural, and how thousands of years of beliefs and practices came together to create this legend surrounding one man whose story is larger than life, and how that legend would go on to be the bedrock of a cultural movement that has changed the world forever. So in other words, we're going to talk about the legend of Robert Johnson and all the aspects of his story that are both true and mythical, but I also want to go back and talk about all of the cultural and religious beliefs for the past several thousand years that led up to a story like that of Johnson's to be possible. So if that sounds interesting to you, then stick around as we talk about the legend of Crossroad Deals with the Devil and the man and music who, for better or worse, will always be associated.
Did you get off the server, Del? No?
Huh?
Right after
No.
I'm done.
Oh, that's where you were.
Yeah,
I was like, where the
can't
fuck
really
did you
move.
go?
Before we get into all of that,
I can't really move here.
Something wild to tell you about today, and that is today's sponsor, AG1. Some of you will probably remember a couple months back when I did an ad for AG1, but at the time, I'll admit, I came to you all as a new convert.
Bro, I was gonna make brick stairs. You get rid of those now.
I can't.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Scoop of your here is AG1 in a convenient travel.
Hey, kitty.
And I would ask as always, thank you for watching. Now, to really understand what makes the tale of Robert Johnson so important, we need to go back and figure out where these legends of Crossroad Deals with the Devil came from in the first place. For one, the concept.
Okay, so I gotta mine.
Has
No,
Yes.
you
for
do
as long
not.
as the concept of the devil himself. One could argue that at the beginning of humanity, at least according to biblical beliefs, a deal was struck between Eve and the serpent. Eve wanted
What?
power and to be like God, and agreed to eat the fruit that the serpent offered. And then after that, these negotiations between humanity and the devil are carried out through our earliest stories. Anyone who practiced witchcraft or sorcery was believed to have made a deal with the devil in some regard. It was believed that by offering up their servitude, their soul, or the soul of another, they could take on these powers that the devil offered them. And a lot of these early stories from not only
It just
the
made
Bible,
it worse.
but
The
other
mouse
Middle
came
Eastern
back, but
cultures,
it's just
giving
worse now.
yourself away to dark spirits or promising your servitude to them was seen as the ultimate form of nihilistic living, or even like a commitment to damnation. Because again, most stories or beliefs in these cultures revolved around the idea of good versus evil. So while most of humanity was constantly battling evil in order to build up the good, fully encompassing yourself in the evil by giving even your soul to it was seen as an ultimate evil, one that could, in most cases, never be brought back from. In most legends, those who practiced dark magic were seen as completely removed from any mercy or forgiveness that may be allowed by others. It was as if they forfeited their humanity and became something demonic, something lesser than man. And while every story of making a deal with the devil isn't as extreme as giving over your soul, for example, one of the most famous proposed deals with the devil
I'm gonna
in
do
all
a
of the
funny
Bible
so you
is the
have
story
faster way of
Jesus whenever
traveling.
he was tempted in the wilderness, and the devil offered him several goods if Christ would bow down and serve him. But stories that involve
I've already done that.
one's soul seem to at
Huh?
least
Saddle?
be
I've already done that.
I mean, most again cultures
Gotten
and
a horse?
religions are in this
Oh, no.
constant war
The fucking fastest way back up here.
and fighting the good fight. So to get away is something that is completely
Can you not?
even to most believers today. It would also, in a lot of cases, be portrayed
Call me
as
Mr.
a form
Hands.
of short-sightedness, where people give over the very part of themselves that makes them be prominent. in a
Damn,
lot
bro's
of
going
the
ham on
surrounding
me.
deals with
Can you
the
not
devil.
make brick
One of
stairs
the
in one
earliest
plan?
post-biblical
I don't know if you can actually.
the devil
You might actually need to use like the like block brick.
The story of Theophilus is
Oh
notable
yeah, that
because
might actually help.
first legends were drawn from the voluntary
My
contract.
big brain head ass forgot to turn them
But
into
it's
bricks.
also pretty funny. So
Oh, I wonder why it's not working.
Theophilus was
I know
the
word.
archdeacon who was elected to be bishop.
Yep,
but
you
he
can make
felt
bricks.
too
I
humble
fucking
to
knew
be
it.
elected bishop, so he turned down the
But yeah, just mine up those stairs that if you don't like them, cause what's it called? I just need them there so that I can fucking like get up and down the fucking mine shaft without fucking
No other alternative.
jumping up the fucking
God
like
damn it, I did it again.
Make a deal with the devil
Lamel.
to get the position of bishop back. The devil's
Bro,
skill
I'm
being
working with
that
the
he will
fucked up
give
mouse.
Theophilus
Got me
if
some slack.
Theophilus
I am.
Jesus Christ and the Virgin Mary, to which
This is because you
Theophilus
slid,
agrees.
boy.
Shortly after this,
God damn it, boy.
Theophilus figures that
What'd I
was
say?
a bad idea, so he begins to
Itchy head.
fast and pray for forgiveness for this.
Oh, I've got
After
it.
a certain amount of time, Jesus agrees to forgive him.
Ah,
but
fuck,
the
my dick
devil
actually itches
doesn't
now.
agree to the
Huh?
I summoned it.
One night, Theophilus wakes
I
up
summoned
in
the
bed
dick
and
itch.
he has the contract
Can't say that on stream.
blood laid out across his
We
chest.
can talk about your dick
Theophilus
itch.
takes that contract
No, you
to
can't.
another bishop, confesses
next.
all the sins that he has done, and the bishop
What?
throws
Why can't I mine the
contract in
stairs?
fire. I guess Theophilus could-
There's stone.
So the bishop
No
throws
shit,
the contract
Sherlock.
in
I
fire,
have a
and
fucking
now I
pickaxe.
guess the devil abides by, you know,
I
his
can't
word.
break anything.
Because of
What?
that, Theophilus is
I don't have
freed,
perms,
and on
I
the scene
think.
that he is freed,
Did you take your perms away?
that he
No.
And that's
Oh
it.
my
That's
god, I
the
put myself in
story
adventure
came around
mode.
the 6th
I fucking knew it.
Interesting start to the narrative of deals with the devil. Similarly, the story of the Codex
I was thinking to myself, there's no way this motherfucker really put himself in adventure.
says that the entire book was written in a single night through a deal with the devil. According to legend, one day a monk who had broken the vows to the monastery he lived in was being threatened with punishment of being walled up in the walls of the monastery itself. In order to avoid this punishment, the monk said that he would write a book in one night that would glorify the monastery forever. When midnight came and the monk realized that he wasn't going to be able to complete the book in one night, he called on the devil to help him finish it. In exchange for the monk's servitude, the devil finished the entire book in one night. And quite eerily, despite the majority of the Codex Gigas containing the entirety of the Bible he had written, as well as the early letters and records of the Catholic belief, near the end of the book there is a detailed depiction of the devil that was supposedly added as tribute to the book's true author. For this reason, the Codex Gigas is often referred to as the Devil Spider. One of the more recent but equally famous legends comes from the Polish folktale of Pan Twardowski. Twardowski was a sort of nobleman who lived in the 16th century and made a deal with the devil, according to legend, in order to receive magical power.
I don't think it want to work.
Up a lot more with the older stories of witchcraft
Does my mother.
about earlier. Twardowski promised his
Shots
soul
fired.
but said in the contract, thinking that
Oh yeah, that's what I forgot to grab. Fuck.
that the devil could only come to kill him if Twardowski was ever
No, not your mother.
never
I forgot to grab the TNT.
trick the devil into both immortality and magical powers. That is until, according to
God
legend,
damn it, I-
Twardowski found himself staying at an inn in the
I-
countryside. Whenever
About to
he
become a
asked the
rage
name
streak.
of this inn, the innkeeper told him that it was named Rome.
I can't even
Oh,
turn.
haha,
I
loophole
can't even look at me.
contract.
I can't even turn. Look at,
That's the devil.
look at me. Don't you turn away from me. You look,
So
you
God
look
comes
at me when
and
I'm
lets
speaking.
the devil let you go, but
Don't you
devil
walk
was
away from
halfway
your
to hell.
disabled grandma.
Somehow, Twardowski got dropped on the moon. And another factor in the legend
Flint.
is that he made his friend into a spider
Please,
at one point
please,
earlier in the
please,
story.
please.
So whenever he did
It takes me like 30 seconds to turn to harvest crops.
So as the legend has it, he's still on the moon to this day, and every now and then will
Mine-
reel his
oh, new
friend,
video
the
title,
spider,
Minecraft
down to
totally
earth
is.
on a web, and the spider will tell him what's going on, and then climb back up the web.
Minecraft, but for the slow.
Stuck on the moon up there. Now, despite some of the
Minecraft,
hilarious
but down.
aspects of these stories, we can see the pieces that would lead to the modern cultural idea
It'll be an
of a
inside
deal with
joke.
the devil. Someone either out of desperation or
Hang on,
feeling
I'm going
that
back to
they
the
have
house.
been
I'm gonna
wronged
try to
in
fix
life,
my mouse.
seeks
Alright.
a supernatural power that's greater than themselves. They promise something that is far beyond the worth of whatever they receive in exchange, and eventually come to realize that. And in most of these stories, it ends with the
How am I
person
supposed to watch
recognizing
YouTube
the
while I
wrong they've done and calling out to God, and God saving them in one aspect or the other. Even if there is
Hang on,
sort of
while I do
abundance
have-
at the end of it, like Theophilus still dying out of joy, or Twardowski being stuck on the moon. Still better than, hellfire.
Round
But,
2, I
sin
got it.
of redemption isn't universal in these stories, but we'll get to that in a minute. Now, the other aspect of these crossroad deals with the devil, other than, the deal with the devil part, is the crossroad part. And the supernatural significance of crossroads has been an important part in spiritual history for thousands of years. See, crossroads have held a spiritual significance for some time because of their liminal nature. It's the complete state of being in between. In other words, if you're standing at a crossroads, you're not only neither here nor there, but you're not even on a direct path from one location to another. You are at an intersection of
Oh hey, I found diamonds.
so because
Yo,
crossroads were
Pog.
seen as
TNT mining for the win.
physical realm, it was assumed to be part of a point of limbo in the supernatural realm.
Did I get like?
A lot of early
Oh shit! I found 6 vein.
especially regarding the afterlife, say
Nice.
that the realm of the spiritual exists in the same space as the physical, just on a different plane. In other words, gods, spirits, and devils that exist next to us and around us. We just can't always contact or see them. So crossroads were seen as a sort of gateway or access point between the realm of the spiritual and physical. The ancient Greeks would often leave offerings at crossroads because it was seen that the gods could more easily access them at these points. In several ancient traditions, it was seen as a sign of disrespect to be buried at a crossroad, because it was believed if you entered the spiritual realm at this point of limbo, then it was possible that your soul would be always stuck in this state of in-between, and you would be left to wearily roam the roads forever, never being here nor there. For this reason, several criminals were executed and buried at crossroads. That, and it's also a pretty good deterrent for criminals coming into town if there's a bunch of people hanging and buried on the side of the road whenever they get there. So you have these two different legends that are building themselves up throughout history. You have the concept of the deal with the devil and how man can call out to the devil, and even works like the Lesser Key of Solomon gives specific instructions on which devil to or demon to invoke for whatever you need and how to do it. And also all these stories of both men of religion and witches and what have you throughout history using the devil to achieve power. And then on another side in history, you have the stories of the crossroads being this intersection between the spiritual and the physical. and that growing in predominance and being put into practice, even if in small ways, through things like executions, like I mentioned. And then, at the meeting point between these two ideas, we have what is perhaps the most famous story of Deal with the Devil ever, again, maybe besides Robert Johnson, but we'll get to that, and that is the tale of Faust. The original legends of Faust originate around 1587, but the most famous version of the story was eventually made by Goethe in the 1800s. Now, I'm not going to harp on Faust here because I am definitely going to make a whole video on it eventually, but the short version is that Faust was a man of religion who wanted to use the devil's power, depending on which version of the legend you go with, to either receive wealth or the love of a woman. Faust does this by going to the crossroads at night and calling on the devil to grant him his wish. The devil sends his representative, Mephistopheles, to grant Faust's wish and sign the contract. Now, in the original versions of the story, you remember how I mentioned most of the old legends of Deals with the Devil have like a happy ending where the person, sees what they've done wrong and they pray to God and God saves them? That's not how the original stories of Faust went. The original stories were he was in turmoil because he realized he was going to hell, and then he goes to hell, and that's it. That's the story. But in Goethe's version and renditions thereafter, he prays for forgiveness and is saved of his contract. The overarching theme being that in spite of our insolence and mistakes, God can forgive all and has power over the devil. Faust is not only one of the most famous stories of a deal with the devil, but it is also the first, at least explicitly published, to feature a deal with the devil taking place at a crossroad. And it seems that over hundreds and thousands of years of beliefs and practices, we finally have this idea of a physical point being the bridge between the physical and the spiritual, and someone misusing that bridge in order to receive worldly pleasures. And it also lays the groundwork for the foundation of American music, a man by the name of Robert Johnson. So in order to understand where the legend of Robert Johnson came from and how it ties into the stories of Faust and Deals with the Devil that I've talked about up until this point, we need to talk a bit about Robert Johnson's life. Robert Leroy Johnson's life was one of mystery, at least to us in the modern age looking back. He was born on May 8th of 1911, or at least we think that's when he's born because there's no sure record of his birth. That date of May 8th comes from Robert's sister, who said that their mother told her at one point that that was the date Robert was born. However, that doesn't line up with the 1920 census or Johnson's enrollment records. However, it is likely that the reports in those records were a lie in order to receive better enrollment and education at a young age. From what we do know about Robert's life, from a young age, it was one born out of tragedy. While Robert was born in Mississippi, he didn't stay there long. That's because his father, Charles Dodds, was a black landowner, which in 1911 was not popular with the locals. On threat of lynching and destruction to his property, Robert and his father eventually moved to Memphis. It's believed by many that while in Memphis, Robert began to fall in love with music. Around the age of 11, Robert moved back to Mississippi to be with his mother, who was now married to a Mississippi sharecropper. While there, Robert's mother told him that Charles Dodds was not his biological father, and that instead, his biological father was a man named Noah Johnson. So, Robert changed his name to Robert Johnson. Life in Mississippi was very hard for Robert. His stepfather again was a sharecropper, and Robert didn't want to work on his stepfather's plantation. And for it, Robert's stepfather frequently beat him. Those who knew Robert says that he maintained a friendly disposition through all of this, as well as a unique skill and love
Maybe it's
for the
just.
harmonica. However, Robert had dreams of becoming a guitarist and settling himself into the new and controversial genre of music, the blues. Now, by the time Robert was 18 years old, around 1928-1929, the blues were despised by evangelical and religious groups in the southern United States. It was universally seen as the devil's music, and anyone who played it was seen to be at risk of their very soul. And while a lot of historical accounts kind of skew the records and say that it was just white Baptists who despised black artists who were creating the blues music, it was also black churches and black religious groups who hated the blues music as well. So those early artists that practiced the music were fighting an uphill battle from everyone. They were ostracized from every community, and several of them didn't have a place to call home because of it. But to men like Robert Johnson, who had grown up and known nothing in their lives besides turmoil, Robert married a 16-year-old girl named Virginia. Now, Virginia's family, at least according to those with Robert in life, hated Robert. The reason for this being, again, he played what was seen as the devil's music, and it was seen as unacceptable to most people of the time. Robert promised that he would hang up his guitar and live a life as an honest man and an honest father. So then, shortly after their marriage, Virginia became pregnant a couple weeks before she was due to give birth. As her mother, Robert said that he would come to meet her and their new child afterwards. However, it was during these 2 weeks that Robert went on a final tour and went to local joints playing the guitar and listening to blues music. Whenever he did eventually return to Virginia's mother's home, he found that both Virginia and their child had died in childbirth. And Virginia's family ruthlessly blamed Robert, saying that this was punishment from God for playing the devil's music. In light of a tragedy that hopefully none of us will ever have to experience, Robert went back to the only faith he had, which was music. And at the age of 19, he began to hang around and listen to local musicians in Mississippi like Son House. However, the important thing to note about Robert during this time in his life is that he was not good at the guitar. In fact, he was apparently so bad, according to people like Son House, that they would refer to what he did as noising, and said that he was going to run all the patrons off whenever he played, and they would constantly, make fun of him and berate him for it. So Robert, who found comfort in music and a life that perhaps he couldn't find comfort anywhere else, was now being told that he was so bad that he should just put the guitar down.
Damn, that's tough.
Remarking and saying that they don't want him to touch their stuff because they're afraid he'll break the strings. So Robert, deciding he wasn't going to let this part of his life pass him by, decided to do something about it. Robert disappeared for a few years, and whenever he came back, Son House, the same man who had raided him before and told him he had just been noising, saw Robert walk into a joint that Son was already playing at, and Robert walked up to him and asked if he could play. Seeing that it had been some time, Son House decided to let Robert take the stage. One of the first things that Son and other band members noticed is that Robert's guitar had a 7th string added to it for some reason. Thinking this peculiar and wanting to see what the kid was able to do, they all stood back and waited for him to make more noise. However, when Robert Johnson started to play the guitar, something magical happened. Robert was not just good at the guitar in this amount of time, he was great at it. Those who witnessed said that it was as if 3 people were playing the guitar at once, with him doing the bass, the main score, and a rhythm all at the same time, using his hands and thumb to curl around the top board.
Oh my
and
god.
the work of an entire band by
Hang
himself.
on.
He began
I'm gonna
make
try to
noises
restart
on
my
that 7-string
Alright.
guitar that people at the time didn't think was even
Oh, there's a
possible.
Windows update. That might be.
Noisy kid from Delta,
Hang on,
Mississippi,
updating and
go on to
restarting.
change music forever. Now, while all who heard Robert were impressed by him, tragically, he didn't receive a lot of notoriety while he was alive. He would travel from town to town with fake names, and he would play at a bar for a few weeks before packing up and leaving for the next town. People who saw him perform said that he would just box up his guitar mid-set, walk out, and would be gone for a year or more at a time. And during this time, tragedy didn't seem to leave him alone, as in 1933, a few years after the death of his first wife, his second wife died as well. As I said before, there are not many surefire dates in Robert's life, and most of his life wasn't documented, at least not in official capacity. However, some of the only dates we know about are the dates of November the 23rd to the 25th of 1936. During this time, Robert met with a local radio DJ who recorded 16 of his songs in a nearby hotel room. Less than a year later, on June the 19th and 20th of 1937, Robert would record 13 more. These 29 songs are the totality of Robert Johnson's recorded music. Now, he did several variations and different recordings of each of these songs. Again, 29 songs are all we have of Robert Johnson's career. And I can't play it here because YouTube will execute me over copyrighted music. But if you go and listen to Robert Johnson's music, it is uncanny. Again, this was recorded in 1934. The concepts of rock and roll or of what the guitar can do was really known to the public at the time. And then when you listen to Robert's stuff, it's like you can hear the bones of what would one day become modern music, or at least rock and roll. The way he is pushing that acoustic guitar as fast, as many different said and did with the music at his time. And you can feel a lot of the misery this guy had in life come through in his lyrics and the way he sings them. I love my baby don't love me, but I really love that woman, can't stand to leave her be. Ain't but the one thing makes Mr. Johnson drink. I was worried about how you treat me, baby. You made my life, don't feel the same. It breaks my heart, call Mr. So-and-so's name. Baby, I don't care where you bury my body when I'm dead and gone. You may bury my body down by the highway side, so my old evil spirit can get a Greyhound bus and ride. See, Robert was good. In fact, he might have been too good. So good, in fact, that it began a story that would solidify Robert in American music history forever. See, around this time, the story began to crop up that in those 3 missing years, Robert Johnson took himself to a crossroad and sold his soul to the devil. And that by giving his soul over to the devil, he was able to receive a skill at this instrument that ushered in an entirely new age of music. See, Robert wasn't the first story of a musician selling his soul to the devil in order to get skills at an instrument. Figures like Niccolo Paganini and Giuseppe Tartini are famous for being violinists who were supposedly so good that they surely must have sold their soul to the devil in order to obtain their skills. But Robert was the first, or at least the most notable in American history, to supposedly sign this contract. While there's variations to the story depending on who you ask, the majority of them go something like this. One night, after being laughed off stage for his lack of skill at the guitar, Robert walked to the intersection of Highway 49 and 61 in Clarksdale, Mississippi, and decided to give everything he had in order to get something that he saw as worth. So he sits there at the crossroad, he sees the stars in the night sky, and he waits for midnight to roll around. Whenever the clock strikes 12, Robert gets out his guitar and just starts to play a song. Until suddenly, out of the tall grass comes walking a tall black man, someone who seems otherworldly, completely transfigured from this world, something that doesn't exist in the reeds of the Mississippi.
Oh, hey, my diamonds. Sweet.
On this crossroad before Robert. The man walks up to Robert, and Johnson knows the score. He knows what this man is, and he knows what he's there to do. The man simply asks if he can tune Robert's guitar. So Robert holds it out. This man takes it, begins to tune it, and he plays a few songs, playing the different strings, perhaps even adding the 7th one, and just strumming it, showing Robert how it's done. Before, after a while, he passes the guitar back and then fades back into the wilderness. And many believe that on that night, Robert Johnson sold his soul knowing the score of what he was asking for to let the devil tune his guitar, and therefore to let Robert take the skills off. See, there's several aspects of Robert's life that lend well into this tale. For one, the fact, as I mentioned earlier, that a lot of his life, even his birth, is mostly unaccounted for, especially that mysterious 3-year period of time where he went from being awful at guitar to one of music's greatest legends. And what you also have to realize is that Robert had spent his entire upbringing being told that he is of the devil, that he is sinful for even wanting to play or listen to this music in the first place. So in a lot of Robert's songs, he capitalized on that, or at the very least embraced it. So naturally, a lot of his lyrics harken back to these ideas. In a song called Me and the Devil Blues, he says, "Early this morning when you knocked upon my door and I said, 'Hello, Satan, I believe it's time to go,' me and the devil was walking side by side." In a song called Hellhound on My Trail, he says, "And the days keeps on worrying me. There's a hellhound on my trail, hellhound on my trail, hellhound on my trail." And with song titles like Up Jump the Devil and The Crossroad Blues, in the latter of which he says, "Down to the crossroads, fell down on my knees, asked the Lord above for mercy, take me if you please." You can see how a lot of what was definitely true about him leaned into the myth, even if accidentally. And perhaps what cemented this pact with the devil more than
I found more
anything else
diamonds.
was his untimely death. According to
did
his
not
death
fix it.
certificate, he died on August the 6th,
It did not fix it.
1938.
Did
His
not
death
fix, so I
certificate
think I'm just
lists
gonna
the date.
I'm just gonna write it out because I get paid tomorrow anyway, and then just go
Yeah.
So again, in
Mouse.
confirmed record, there is no
I found more diamonds, though.
or possible reason given to the death of Robert Johnson, which, as you could imagine, stoke the fires. of the
Why?
legends around
What
him.
is with
Many
YouTube's
believe
auto
that
was setting me to
Mr. Randall
fucking
Death was
240p?
The devil comes
Bruh.
to collect his due. And then
You do
Robert
hate
spent
me.
a lot of his life talking about hellhounds on his trail and praying for God at the crossroads, knew that his time was going to be short-lived. To add to the mystery, no one's even sure where Robert Johnson is buried. There are a total of 3 possible graves that all have markers attached to them, but again, Robert Johnson didn't see a ton of success while he was alive, so no one knows where his body went. All serving to mystify the man who would go on to lay the foundation of music as we know it today. Now, everything that I've said so far has been from the legends and the few things we know for sure about Johnson's life.
Oh, hey, more
I
diamonds.
could leave it there to just, talk about the deal with the devil stuff that I've mentioned up until this point. I think the aspects of Johnson's life that are pretty well confirmed by those who knew him are just as, if not more, interesting. See, according to those who knew Johnson in life, during those 3 years that he disappeared and supposedly made a deal with the devil, he actually went to a famous blues musician by the name of Ike Zimmerman. Zimmerman took Robert under his wing and began to teach him everything he knew about the guitar. At night, Robert and Ike would slip away to the cemeteries near Hazelhurst, Mississippi, and practice the guitar. Ike would say that out here, while he's performing in front of an audience, no one's going to complain. So the two of them would set up until the early hours of the morning, night after night, playing the guitar. And it was over these 3 years of work and dedication that Robert Johnson became the musician we know him as today.
I
The
always
details of his
forget
death,
about
while
that fucking
again
news, dude.
unconfirmed, but told
What?
The common hacker known as 4chan.
See, those who knew
Who
Robert
is
said
this
that he had
4chan
affinity
anyway?
For whiskey and women.
Who is this 4chan?
For some time, with the girls
Goofy ass fuckers.
You can tell news just that shit every time. I'm just gonna pull that up. Every time someone's like, "Oh, but I trust the news. It's always the truth." I'm just gonna show them that it's like,
Who is this new Chan?
is it the truth? I don't think these guys even fucking study what they're talking about. They get handed a script and told what to say by some fucking old dude. Shut up, truth. The news
4chan? Who is this?
The news just isn't remotely real.
Shoot him off and decided to drink it anyway. Now, what this poison could have been is speculated as anything from mothballs to strychnine, but whatever it was, it left Robert in agony for days on end, bleeding out of his mouth.
Who is this 4chan you speak of?
One night, Robert decided to crawl
Watch
out
me only get fucking. Fuck, why won't my video pause? I'm pushing big lord. I'm pushing big lord.
Starts with the legend of him selling his soul to the devil, told under.
Fucking watch me get paid like $150 again. That'll be so
If his
fucking
date of
needed, dude.
birth, 1911, is to be believed by his family, then Robert was the founding member of the 27th.
If you get paid that much, I'm gonna be like, damn, they really hate your ass.
Another week of not buying my own grocery.
Several famous members are part of this club, with people such as Amy Winehouse, Kurt Cobain. Again, just another footnote to the legacy this guy left on music. Robert McCormick spent a large part of his life in research to the life of Robert Johnson. According to McCormick, he received a confession from the man who claimed to be the one who poisoned Robert Johnson. Although as part of their agreement, McCormick never made his name public. There's an asterisk to that because McCormick was also kind of crazy. He met with Johnson's family and did a lot of pseudo-threatening to get the rights to Robert's estate so that he could get all of the memorabilia of him. He stole pictures of Robert from Robert's family. There was one point where he called Robert's sisters pretending to be everything from police officers to preachers and threatening them with legal harassment if they didn't do what he wanted. McCormick was a very unstable man. It seems that even the people who research Robert Johnson too much develop some mystic quality about him. So a lot of you might be asking, okay, well that sounds like a pretty spectacular story. Where did the legend of him selling his soul to the devil come from? And it's believed by most that the story came from another unrelated artist named Tommy Johnson. Tommy Johnson was another successful blues singer, maybe not as historically remembered as Robert Johnson, but a famous one nonetheless, who was singing in Mississippi around the same time. This story was propagated by Tommy Johnson and his family members that Tommy
I'll be back.
went to the crossroads one night and sold his soul to the devil to learn to play the guitar. And either because they shared the same last name or people just got the stories confused, I mean, considering a lot of Robert's lyrics about the devil and crossroads and the misery and early death he experienced in life, a lot of people applied the story of Tommy Johnson to Robert Johnson. Tommy Johnson is also depicted in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, where he gets in the car with the gang from the story and says that he just got done selling his soul to the devil at the crossroads in order to play the guitar. Not long after Johnson's death, a man named John Coleman would play a recording of Johnson's music in Carnegie Hall. And despite Johnson not being there physically to witness this, from there people began to love his music and seek out as much of it as they could find. Although tragically, there wasn't a lot to be had. Robert received widespread critical praise for the first time in 1961, whenever his album King of the Delta Blues Singers was finally re-released. And from there, his legacy became one for the ages. Every artist from Eric Clapton to Keith Richards and Led Zeppelin has either covered his music or spoken of how it's impacted their own. Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones even stating regarding Johnson's music, "You want to know how good the blues can get? Well, this is it." And what's so interesting to me about Robert's legacy is how the legend kind of goes hand in hand with the truth of his narrative. Shut these blinds. It looks like I'm slowly going to heaven. Because Johnson's life was one of tragedy, from how he was born, the condition his family was in, to the tragedy he saw at a young life, having to move houses, and both of his wives dying, and everything that happened to him. He was wrought with misery, and he pulled something out of that misery, but you can feel that he never really left it. He was never able to leave it completely. He talked in a lot of his songs about, the troubles he was going through and the trials. And there was a lot of, the symbolism he would use, talking about the devil and hellhounds on his trail. Well, I don't think he meant it literally. That is how he felt. He was told by everyone around him he was a work tool of the devil, and he was giving it to the devil's bidding. So he just decided to embrace it and let it be a part of him. He internalized it, perhaps. And it's so interesting to hear how the legend of a man who was fighting his own demons became one of a man who used the wisdom of the devil himself to get these skills that seemingly no one could explain. But the true story, the story of a man who would play in the cemeteries at night in order to get good at the guitar out of sheer will and determination, to only eventually be struck down at a young age by being poisoned, but it sounds like a Greek epic, like the story this man went through. And it's interesting that such a fascinating life, but his story became, at least in legend, the climax and the crossroad of all of these ancient ideas of tales of demons and selling your soul and crossroads, and how that manifested itself in the life of a tortured artist who made a legacy that has lasted generations. Now, Johnson's family has said multiple times in the past that they do not like the devil sold to the devil. For one, because as I mentioned, it kind of devalues the hard work that he did. The idea that you can just sign a contract and get the skills is different than the work he put into it. But also, there were a lot of news sources, and particularly white groups in the South, who felt that any music made by black people, or the blues specifically, was illegitimate, who kind of saw the devil narrative as a way of saying, yeah, that's the only way,
Justice.
one of them could be able to be a popular musician.
Phoenix!
So it downcuts what Robert Johnson
You
did
deaf son of a bitch.
as a human being.
I hear you
And
on
at
your
least in the
phone.
modern age, I don't think there's a lot of people who truly believe the devil narrative. That's one of the reasons I wanted to bring forward the true aspects of his life and how he actually died and stuff like that, because while it may be killing the story, I do think he is an important figure who deserves to be talked about legitimately, and I didn't want to just leave you with the myth narrative. But because of that, because we know what really happened through the work of historians who have looked back and gathered the records, I find it so fascinating that he was so skilled and that he ushered in such an age that otherwise could be unaccounted for and completely unplanned. Like, no matter how good you are at a genre, you can't, choose to reshape the future of the genre itself just by being that good. That's exactly what he did. And it's interesting that I love it that he was so good that the only account history could give him was that he was something in this world. And the narrative of selling your soul to the devil is one that, again, not so much today, but at least, you know, in the past several decades is used to propagate the entire idea of rock and roll. It's the devil's music, so much so as the guy who started it sold his soul to make it be. But what I see it as is, we always say with, you know, technology that necessity breeds invention, right? If you need something to happen, then that is the best time for something to happen. But when it comes to Robert Johnson, he lived such a broken life that in that moment was necessity. He had to have something that meant something. He wanted to make something of his life. Man, those 3 years playing in a cemetery to get good at that guitar that he loved so much, he truly did become the invention that music needed. And as we've talked about today, his legacy was the culmination of thousands of years of cultures, from religion to tradition, and it all culminated in the idea of this man forever selling his soul at a crossroads under the Mississippi stars. And it's for that reason I think the story of Robert Johnson and Crossroad Deals with the Devil is so fascinating. The idea that this man, so good at music, he must have been something that we can't account for. And it's for that reason I wanted to talk about it. And if you're still watching, then hopefully you wanted to hear about it, and that's really neat, and I appreciate it, and I just want to say thank you for watching. The story of Robert Johnson, like I said, it's incredible to me. You hear nearly every artist who we see as visionaries of rock, like I said, Keith Richards, Rolling Stones, Beatles, Elvis, and they all mention him in some regard. They all talk about how Robert Johnson was the forerunner for what they're doing now. And man, I highly encourage you to listen to, you know, Robert Johnson, some of the guitar he played. And you can hear, again, it's like the foundation for what would look. It's so interesting. And I love the idea, like, we take a lot of things for granted in folklore, right? We'll say something like, oh, he made a crossroad deal with the devil. Or there's other stories where we'll say, I'm trying to think of an example that's similar. We'll talk about, you know, ghouls in the woods, or we'll talk about how tradition, haunted houses, right? And we don't really think about all of the cultures and ideas and turmoils, myths, and everything that built up so we can have that one story. And it's so interesting for Robert Johnson that elements of the Bible, paganism, came together for, again, the kid who sold his soul under the Mississippi stars. Oh, it's so good. I love it. I love stories. I love folklore. I love just creepy stuff. The mystery. It's so interesting to me. Where was I going with this? Thank you for watching. Thank you all for being here. I plan to get this video up the end of May, and I don't know if that's happening. If you see this at midnight, then it'll probably be 1st of May. We'll find out. But I just want to say thank you for watching. I'm going to go edit this. And yeah, go listen to Robert Johnson. Watch Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? If you get nothing else from the video, go do those things. But I believe that should do it for now. And I just want to say thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Hello everybody, and welcome to the True Crime Unsolved Iceberg. This is going to be a look at atrocities and crimes committed by people who to this day have not been caught. The chart goes from everything from well-known unsolved cases all the way down to discovered victims and remains who are hard to explain, let alone catch who did it. I will not be showing any crime scene imagery, but I will be discussing some more intense topics, so viewer discretion advised. I would also like to thank Masu, at least I think that's how it's pronounced, who made this iceberg and was a big help to me that I didn't even know about and couldn't find information on initially. As he said, it is ranked by obscurity and a little bit of depravity. That being said, timestamps for every tier will be in the description, so if you're getting bored or don't like the description, head to the next to see if you like that better. Also, I'm going to link the original iceberg. I'll have it posted on my Patreon.
How many people have a window?
I omitted a few of them from this video. The reason iceberg was just unsolved mysteries in general, so a few had to do with the supernatural and
I'm back, Dilbert.
especially since a lot of those supernatural
Hello, stream. I'm back too.
How would you like to get paid for yours? I'm going to check out the sponsor of today's video, Opinion Outpost. Today's video, you can check out the videos and get cold. So this is going to be fun. It's confirmed to have 5 victims, He mostly preyed on people in the impoverished Whitechapel. While no one knows exactly who Jack the Ripper was, there were several letters sent from him to the police sources. All of the victims were prostitutes, which have led some to theorize possibly it was a morality or God killing, while others have argued a misogyny-based motive. However, my personal theory is that speculation of police officers at the time believed the women that were killed had previously worked for high-ranking government officials, meaning Jack the Ripper or either a group of people calling themselves Jack the Ripper could have been acting as a sort of red right hand of these government officials. This is supported by some things, such as 3 of the victims had been aborted, with some believing he was taking away his own self, or others believed that possibly these women were pregnant, and this was a way of preventing an unwanted child from a government official. And considering that he knew the police routes and knew exactly how to obscure evidence in a way the police cannot trace him, I, as well as many others, believe that maybe Jack the Ripper was right. The Zodiac Killer was a serial killer who attacked Northern California from the late 60s to early 70s. Having 5 known victims with the attempt of more, the Zodiac Killer...
So, Phoenix,
What?
you know how like a fifth of whiskey, like decent whiskey, like Jim Beam or Jack,
Yep.
like a fifth is like $7 to $10, right?
Yeah, what about it?
My mom found a gallon jug of whiskey out in fucking Middleton.
Uh-huh.
That's like hours away from me, but it's fucking for $30
Bruh.
a gallon of Jim Beam. That's fucking worth. I might get it if I have the money, if my job decides to pay me.
Dell,
Mm.
stop lying to me. You're definitely gonna get it.
I need to do vows first. I have my priorities.
Sometimes I question those priorities.
I love Texas law. Because Texas law has this law called mutual combat, where neither party, if they agree, can charge you with aggravated assault or anything. It is your own risk. If you
That's a